In today's video, first of all, let me change my background. There we go. In today's video, we're going to check out the J4 version of J2Store. It was just released, and there's instructions on migrating, so I thought it would be great for us to check out. Hey there, Joomla fans. Tim Davis here. Oh, I forgot what number this is. Thanks for tuning in to Watch Your Work live stream number 216 here on the Basic Joomla Tutorials YouTube channel, where I show you my favorite extensions, tools, and tips for building and maintaining Joomla sites. I also work on Joomla sites, build them, maintain them, migrate them to Joomla 4. So if you're looking to hire someone short-term or long-term, or even just sketch out a spot, send me an email, tim@cybersalt.com. Right here, there's the email there. And let's talk. Today's video is brought to you by our channel sponsor, mysites.guru. Head on over to mysites.guru and get a free site audit for your Joomla site. And while you are there, check out all the tools and information that will save you time and money managing one or more Joomla sites. You can also manage WordPress sites there, PHP sites. It is a really powerful tool, and I use it regularly, and it is really good. So, anyways, yeah, mysites.guru, head on over there, and if you decide to subscribe, use the coupon code BASICJoomla. You get your first month free. You will get the first month free anyways, I think, when you sign up. But check it out. All right, so let's head back here. Now, let me just say hi to everybody who is in chat here. We've got Ivor. Now, Ivor provided the background picture for today. Remember last week I said, hey, send me a picture, and I will, hey, let's just get my head in here a little bit. And we'll switch up the background because Mary did not like that bold orange background. So Ivor sent it. Now, I have a sneaky suspicion that, okay, I have to move sideways because of the filter here, but just off of my, what's that? This is my, yeah, right off of my right ear on the left side. I think that's probably Ivor hanging out in the chair there. Is that true, Ivor? Ivor will tell us where this picture is from. But anyways, thanks for sending it, everyone. So Ivor, remember, just send it to tim@cybersalt.com. If you got an idea, you'd like to share a background, send me a bit of information about it if you want, or you can share it in chat here. Anyways, yeah, it looks like a nice place. So I'm going to guess. I know that Ivor likes to go to Vietnam, so there you go. All right, now a word to those of you that are maybe new to my live streams. If you're here to look for really concise steps and instructions, an example of how to migrate J2Store from Joomla 3 to Joomla 4, this is not the video you're looking for. That may show up later on my channel, but Watch and Work live stream is me and my friends. You can be my friend too, hanging out here and doing stuff with Joomla and talking and checking things out. So this will not necessarily be organized. There's going to be some things that we'll be figuring out together. So with that in mind, let's turn our attention to the screen. And there you go. There is the exciting news. I'm going to paste that in chat right now. Ivor says it's not him, but it was taken. He did take it 4 years ago in Cambodia. Okay. Hello, Bjorn, Ivor, Valerie. Farrington Development. Oh my goodness. My mind is a bit fried here. Carl. That's right. Carl and Michael. Good to see you all. Now, why is this good news about J2Store being stable? J2Store is a really great shopping cart system for Joomla. It was probably the premier one for Joomla 3. And of course, we are like 1 week away today from the last day of support for Joomla 3. And so they've been, for whatever reason, not coming up with a Joomla 4 version of J2Store. I imagine it's because it's pretty complex. Those of you know that do e-commerce, those are like CMSs inside of themselves at times. But the really nice thing about J2Store is that you can, instead of having your products in something separate, you can turn Joomla articles into products and manage everything that way. So that's really good. So I really like J2Store. I'm glad that it's out for 4. I do have a site that is in Joomla 3. I've not migrated to Joomla 4 yet because I'm busy working on other people's sites, but also it does use Joomla. It does use J2Store, and so I'm going to be able to switch that over. And we're going to look at that today. Rudiger Schultz, hello from Vienna. Hello, thanks for coming in today. I think that's the first time that you've been in chat, so appreciate you coming in. Welcome. All right, so why don't we read down through here, and I'm just going to okay, so we are thrilled to announce the immediate availability of J2Store 4 with the Joomla 4 compatibility. We are also excited to announce some significant changes that we hope will enhance your experience with our service and make our resources more accessible to everyone. So basically, there's some changes some shifting that they've done at J2Store, and we're going to talk about those today as we hang out. Migrating J2Store from Joomla 3 to Joomla 4. In order to ensure smooth migration, we have built a helper utility that checks and helps you prepare the migration from J2Store 3 to J2Store 4. Important, please carefully read the instructions and try the migration in a staging, development, testing copy of your site. There are a number of breaking changes. If you attempt to migrate directly in a live environment, it may lead to site crashing / fatal errors. Yes, and I'm going to do that today. We're going to work on my site today. And I already we will see what's going on. So read the migration instructions. Let's open this in a new tab. We've got them there. Let's keep going down to the news. Why the shift? The shift to make our Pro version available to all is part of our latest business strategy, aiming to enrich the lives of our customers by removing financial barriers to our premium features. Starting immediately, you will be able to access and enjoy all the Pro features without the need for subscription. So if in the past there was a free version of J2Store, and then there's a Pro version, and the Pro version had a bunch more options to it. I think like one of them coupons, or anyways, there's a whole bunch of things. Now they are just opening that up to everybody. Bjorn says, "Hooray! Fatal errors, business as usual." Yeah, yep. Although it's not that bad. I bet you it's not that bad. Anyways, so J2Store Pro available to everyone. And it says there, okay, as a result of this new change, all existing subscriptions have been automatically canceled. We wish to clarify that this will not impact your access to the ticket support system. You will still be able to access this service till the end of your current subscription term. However, these subscriptions will not be renewed once they expire. Okay, so what that tells me, reading between the lines, I would guess it sounds like support for J2Store is going to go to a membership, or maybe there's going to be some kind of fee for accessing support, which is probably now. And again, J2Store has said that that they're changing their business model. I remember, support takes time, and for people to do it, they also need to make a living as well. So if you're going to, and I don't know, I'm just reading the same stuff that you're reading, and I'm just reading this now pretty much for the first time today. If you need support, it looks like maybe you're going to need a paid subscription for support or something at that. And that will be, that makes sense. All right, so we're excited to pivot our focus toward creating a thriving ecosystem around J2Store, and we're kicking off this initiative with the launch of our extension marketplace. This bold new direction is aimed at fostering innovation and collaboration among all stakeholders involved in J2Store. What I think this means, and again, it's just me saying it, I think, the things like the plugins they already had, if you wanted a Stripe plugin or a payment gateway for something exotic, or a one-page checkout, I don't know, a bunch of, you're going to be able to buy those plugins and add them. So you have all the Pro features, but there's going to be extensions that you can add. Hello, RJ. Good to see you. RJ, my friend, just across the pond in Vancouver. So J2Store, yes, they're going to have an extension marketplace, and then I guess you will go and get what you want, and maybe they're going to have people, maybe they're going to sell extensions that other people have developed. So possibly an income source for some people, but anyways, they're incredibly excited about the transition and can't wait to see how you'll leverage the power of J2Store Pro to its fullest. As always, if you have any questions or need assistance, feel free to reach out to our dedicated customer support team. Thank you for your continued loyalty. We look forward to seeing you benefit from the enhanced J2Store Pro. Okay, now, first of all, I thought, all right, let's just going down here. Carl says, will J2Store synchronize with Square for inventory? I don't know. That will definitely be something to look into with Square for inventory. I know you can manage inventory inside of J2Store, so you would just, yeah, I'm not sure. Bjorn says this is very good news. He has large plans. Oh, yeah, big plans. Great. Valerie, wondering if the free version of J2Store is J4 ready. The free version J3 shipped with template you're using. There was never support for that. Support was always for the pro version. Okay, so yeah, Valerie, I think just from reading in here, it looks like I'm not sure what you'll do for support. I do know we've got access tickets and extensions up here. Now, some of these I looked, so you have to log in. Now, interesting, I do have a login for J2Store and I have a subscription. If I go to my account, nothing comes up. I have to log in first. I could not see where to create a subscription. You can't create a free one just yet. And I don't know if that's an oversight or that means you're going to have to pay for support. Also, when we go to J2Store, you will see best Joomla shopping cart and e-commerce extensions. Here's where you can download it. And to download it, it takes you to GitHub. All right, so this throws people off sometimes, but you want to download this COM J2Store version 4, the latest one here. You would download it and you would install that. But if we go to if we click on extensions, you'll see it says we're getting ready to publish a J2Store 4 with Joomla 4 compatibility. We're revamping and updating the existing updating the extensions marketplace. It will be available in August 2nd week. So we are, I guess, basically at the beginning of the 2nd week. So I'm sure they're going to fire that up pretty soon. So Valerie, the template that you have that shipped with J3, you're probably going to have to do the update. And so let's take a look at what's involved in the update. Here's their directions here. I'm going to paste that in here. The following applies only if you have a Joomla 3 website with J2Store 3. Okay, yes, which I do. In fact, let's take a look at it right here. Cybersalt is my cybersalt.org site. Whoops, it went to administrator, automatically filled in. This one that I have not, look at that, article published on there from 2012. Looks super old, doesn't it? But I will tell you that one of the things I'm selling on here, yes, there is a free J2Store version for Joomla 4, Valerie. Yeah, and the Pro version. So the Pro version is free for everybody now. So I sell these Zimbabwean bills. This one is a $20 billion bill. In fact, I actually have one in my wallet because I was going to give it to someone at a birthday party as a novelty. And I'll show you right here. If I hold it up, hey, let's just go to this screen here. All right, so see, that's a $1 billion bill. So they had hyperinflation in Zimbabwe. And anyway, so someone donated a bunch of these bills, and I sell them on this website, and the money goes towards helping refugees. And so let me just put that back. Well, I can put that back later. I'll be tidy later on. And so I sell them here, and it's sell them with J2Store. So make it one time somewhere. Where do I have the link for this? Anyways, I sell them on here. Separate current, make one-time donation. Like, did I find if you want? Okay, somewhere here I have a store on the site. So, and it's using J2Store. So this is me here. Please carefully read the instructions. Try the migration in a staging development. Test and cover your site. There are a number of breaking changes. If you attempt to migrate directly in a live environment, it may lead to site crashing, fatal errors. So attempt the migration in a testing staging copy of your site first. All right. While we're committed to ensuring a smooth transition, please note that unforeseen circumstances may arrive during the migration process. Example, you might have an incompatible plugin, third-party extension that conflicts with J2Store and so on. So make every effort to assist you They'll help, but they cannot be held accountable for potential issues that may occur as a result. Proceed with caution. All right, I already tried to test migration with J2Store in version 3, and it broke, and I know why, and that's okay. Valerie says, and it looks like in the extensions directory, it shows it's only available for J3. Yeah, so they need to remember to update that. Okay, so... I'm sure that they will update it at some point, or could shoot them a tweet and ask them to update it. All right, download the utility from here. All right, we have this utility, so let's download it. And it's this J2Store version 4 migration checker. All right, now I'm going to download that, and let's just put it into the delete here because it'll show up in the top of my browser here. All right. Step 1, install it into your Joomla 3 administration extension install. Once installed, go to Components, J2 Migration Checker. All right, let's do that. So here we are in the back end of the site. We will go Administrator, and we're going to log in. And I'm going to go to Extensions, Manage, and Install. And then up at the top here where the downloads are, I'm going to upload package. And I'm going to drag down. Rudiger Schultz says, I got no responses for months on any thinkable channel from them. Yeah, it hasn't always been, support hasn't always been super fast with J2Store. I have to think that they probably will have to maybe give them another try with their new business model here. I imagine that if support is through paid subscription, we'll see what, and I don't know what that looks like for them or what they're doing. Then that you would think that it will be faster if they're paying someone. As you guys know, I'm doing the support for Migrate Me 4, and I think I told you that in 6 months I had 1,200 emails back and forth doing the support for that. So supporting things is quite a bit of time. Also, I'll tell you right now, because Migrate Me 4 is an extension that is involved in creating a test area, and we'll see that in a second again, to test your migration from Joomla 3 to Joomla 4. When the Joomla 4 migration does not work, there's a lot of support that I've been doing helping people with the initial stages of their migration that has nothing to do with the extension that I'm supporting. So, and which is fine. I'm enjoying doing that and seeing different sites. But yeah, let me tell you, the business side of supporting extensions is very involved. So, Rudiger is an extension developer yourself. Hey, where are some of your extensions, Rudiger? And I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing your name properly. All right, so let's go ahead and install here. There. All right, it's installed. So now we go to Components, J2 Migration Checker. All right. And see, this is really smart, okay? Look at this. They're saying, please unpublish the listed components, plugins, and modules to install J2Store 4. I'm going to have to do a quicker video, a nice tight video on this for people, but the reason being, watch this. If I go to, so this was the test site that I ran earlier. Watch. If I go to cybersalt.org and then I go / to MM4, which is where I use Migrate Me 4 to make a test migration, it's broken. If I go into Administrator, and then you will see logged in, I get an error here, and look at that. The error is occurring in the mod J2Store in the administrator modules. Your flagship extension is JDB export. Oh, cool. We'll have to check that out sometime. Yeah, cool. Let's see here. Yeah, and Rudiger, if you want to come on the live stream and show that extension, that would be fun. You'd be very welcome to. All right, so this is why if you don't turn some of these off in the migration checker, whoops, when you do your test migration, you're going to end up with 500 errors, which are easy enough to fix if you know what you're doing, but it's just better to turn these off. And so, look, we can actually, all right, standard shipping methods, PayPal standard for J2Store, J2Store report products, all of these need to be turned off. Now, having said that, if I turn these off on my live site, that means they're not going to work. So if I'm using PayPal standard for J2Store and as a payment method, I have that set up, then no one's going to be able to make a purchase. So that's something to think of. Now, if you're going to do, but again, they're viewing it this way. If you're going to make a copy of your site and run a test migration, with Migrate Me 4, you want to, you can actually go in and turn these. I would turn these off before running the migration. So, all right. Let's just see what our next step is here that they say. Disable. Okay. Install J2Store. Let's see. If you have any custom developed extension for J2Store, please reach out to respective vendors, developers for compatibility. Once you've disabled all the J2Store related extensions, you can proceed to download the J2Store 4 from our official GitHub repository and download it. Please check your extension sections to get the latest version of J2Store plugins, apps, modules, extensions you have in your site. You need to install the Joomla 4 compatible version of all of those plugins you have in your site before you can upgrade to 4. We will be publishing the Joomla 4 compatible J2Store plugins extensions soon. All right, so the extensions are not there soon, but what they're saying is this: we're going to turn off this. Now, I can turn this off. I will turn this off because I don't get many purchases on this store. So I'm going to turn it off on my live site for now, and we're just going to try this. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? Let's do this. I'm going to use another product that I have, which is Stage It. And I'm going to make a staging area of this site. I should have done this before the live stream started. So this will take a teeny bit to do, but basically it's going to make a copy of my site inside of a folder called /stageit. And Bjorn says, nice extensions you have there. Bjorn, can you publish the link to Rudiger's extensions in the chat? That would be great to see. All right. Hey, so listen, while this staging copy of the site is being created, and this stage it is not for migrating to Joomla 4. What we're going to do is just sort of go through these steps in there. Thank you, Bjorn. Anyways, just want you to know, you notice I got the shirt on. My sister made this shirt for me. Some of you know the story. When I went off to Bible college in 1984, so this shirt is 39 years old. I wore it last night to the Barbie movie. Yeah, to the Barbie movie. Let's see. Here we go. Yes, we had our friend staying with us. Our friend and a couple of her daughters, and one was going to go to the Barbie movie, but her sister didn't want to, so she's going to go alone. I said, I'll go to the Barbie movie with you. Then the other sister joined in, so the three of us ended up going to the Barbie movie, and they were all dressed in pink, so I put on this this shirt. This, I guess it's sort of like a Ken shirt. Anyways, so that so I wanted to give a shout out to the Barbie movie is really funny and interesting, and it's got some interesting messages in it too, I think too. So don't be afraid to see the Barbie movie. It's just fun. And I'm gonna just a little teaser right now. I get a shout out to Mattel, to the executive, who are pretty good at laughing at themselves, I would think, because they kind of make fun of themselves a bit. The movie makes fun of them. So all right, so yeah, go out and check out the Barbie movie. Hello, Amron, it's good to see you. All right, so let's see. Let's go to the full screen here. So my staging area is still being made because we've got tons of files in the cache area. That's too bad. I should have cleared that before. Yeah. So that's going to take a little while to copy. This is a large site. It's gigabytes in size. In the meantime, let's just go and click on, here's the links to, okay, just take a look in here at Rudiger's extensions. And here are his extensions. He's got JDB export. Have I been pwned password checker? Oh, I didn't know that you had one of those. I just did a video on that a couple months ago. Here's a J2Store plugin for EPS Überweisung and GiroPay for J2Store, and a payment gateway for those things there for event booking and for Joomla. Cool. All right, so yeah, we'll definitely have to check that out sometime. And Bjorn has sent the link there. All right, so let's go to, let's see, if we look at JDB export, and then we go to download, that will take us to your site. And there it is. All right, everybody, so you can check that out. And we'll go to the home page here. Copy that. And, oh, I lost my chat window here. Michael said, while we're waiting, yes, Michael, I did see your mail regarding PowerPoint. I'm super behind on my emails again. Did have fun with our friends when they were visiting. But yeah, Michael, just following up on doing the PowerPoint thing. Was it last week that we looked at that, embedding PowerPoint, or was it 2 weeks ago? That the you can embed it. If you have OneDrive, you can embed a PowerPoint that give you code to embed it in a web page, which is cool. A really cool solution. Now, if you want to have the site, the PowerPoint hosted on your site, then that is then we can use that method from OCH Foundations. OCH Foundations are talking to Ruud. He's still on vacation, so some of those things and ideas that we had have not been looked at. Which is fine. Everyone should have a vacation. And I will say too that, but he has pushed what was there so far live into the live version. So it's only Michael says, only a simple solution for just reading slides. Does it show all the slides all at once, or do you have to click? And obviously I've not read your email totally all the way through, so. Oh my goodness, look at this. I must have a gazillion cache files in here. Okay, I'm going to stop this here. And I'm going to go to components, and first of all, let's clean the cache. Yeah, there's, you watch. I probably have some stupid crazy cache. I pre-cache this site, so it makes a lot of, cached files. We'll see how much gets cleared up here. It could be oh, not that many. All right, and then let's go to, I use Jot Cache, and there, we only have one there. So we'll refresh. Now I'm going to go components, and we'll go to stage it, and we'll make a copy of this site. Michael says you have to click, but it did. You did it very quickly, and maybe it could be worked on. Rudiger says he has a very complex site to transfer with a ton of custom code extending J2Store. Wow. Okay, so you're into it there. Yeah, and I think that was partly what was taking J2Store so long to come up with the Joomla 4 version. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in those sites. Now, that said, now that it's available for Joomla 4, like I have not built any Joomla 4 sites with J2Store in them. I've used Hika Shop. because J2Store is not available. So now, at least working from scratch or from beginning with a brand new site, J2Store will be there. So a lot of complex updating and migrating to do, undoubtedly. All right, see, this is going much faster without those thousands of cache files that I had. We're up to 35% already. And it's bombing through, it looks like it's doing one image at a time, but it's actually, no, I was thinking it's just going through the different folders, but we will see. Oh, there you go. Bjorn's using Raxo. I just started putting Raxo on someone's site the other day. Let's see. Let's go to site. I think you guys can see this, right? There we go. Oh, nice. Yeah, this is all Raxo here. I really like Raxo. Yes, it just makes your articles look so nice and puts them out. Good job. It looks good. Look at that. Yeah. Excellent. 45. Okay, so we just have some more things here. All right, so I talked about Barbie. I talked about, yeah, we're talking about that. 1 week left. What do you think we should do next week, being it's the last day of Joomla 3 for Watch Me Work? Should we dress up in black like a funeral? That might give the wrong impression to people, thinking that, oh no, because there are some people that think that their Joomla 3 site is not going to work as of next Thursday. Bjorn says needs more CSS, custom CSS before it's 100%. Yep. Definitely the case with Raxo if you want to make it look like your own. All right, so yeah, what should we do next week on the last day of Joomla 3's official life? Should we dress up? Actually, yeah, should we dress up? I don't know. I mean, I was thinking, yeah, we could talk about it, but I thought one idea I had was to look back on Joomla 3 and our favorite things about it. But you know, it's still around. It's still going to be around. I'm still going to have sites in Joomla 3 after next week. All right, here we go. Here goes the database being deployed on the Stage It site. I did not have a smaller site running J2Store to do this test on, everybody, so we will just see what happens. I probably should have gotten rid of the Finder links as well. I don't think anyone else sent a picture for the background, if I remember right. So I guess I could always find some of my own pictures as well. Because I think that Mary probably likes this better than the orange. Right, Mary? We've seen Mary in here yet today. Have we seen Mary in here yet today? I thought she commented. Not yet. Maybe she's not here. Maybe she's taking care of the goats. All right. Let's go to... Look at that. Now we're at 91%. Oh, I got big, huge tables for SH404 SEF. Yeah, Michael says, if you want to see the result of PowerPoint, you can have a quick look here. All right, I will look at that. We're finished here on this site here, the copy. Now I've logged into Stage It. All right, still using 7.4 on this site. No worries. But I have the J2Store migration checker in this copy. So now, without affecting the live site, I can go through here, go through here, go through here, and I can go and I can check these. Here, it would be handy to have a filter here, but all right, I'm going to check all of these. Oh yeah, like Stripe plugin. Yeah. Campaign Rabbit, yeah. So You're going to have a plan for these. Oh, and a module. I've got a module here. So I'm going to unpublish all of those. All right, they're all ready to go. Oh, J2Store template override. Please ask to rename this template override folder. Rename. Okay. This is ready. So there's a template override. We need to that folder. Now let's just go back and see what they say here. Once you've disabled all the J2Store related extensions, you can proceed down to download J2Store from our official J2Store GitHub repository. All right. Next, then, what we're going to do is, all right, well, I think I'm just going to do what they're telling me to do here. I'm going to rename this template, and it's being renamed. Okay, all good. So we go to their GitHub, right here, and we will get it from here, and here is com J2Store, and I'm just going to download that to there. We will go back into the staging version of the site, and going to go to extensions, manage and install, upload the package. Here it is here. I have to wait for the virus scanner to finish going through it. We'll drag that and install in there. J2Store version 4 migration component not found. Please install J2Store version 4 migration component before update the J2Store 4 extension. Now, we do have it. I wonder if this is because I'm running this copy of the site in a subfolder, but it's there. Well, let's just do this then. There's the migration checker. Let's put the migration checker in there. All right, let's go to back to J2Store Pro. Put that in. I can't see it. All right. Now, in the interest of experimentation, I wonder if this is because I made a staging site copy. So let's do this. I'm going to go back to, let's go back to the live site here. And let's go to, now the interesting thing is, because I have this, because I've made a copy using StageIt, I can always push that back. Migrate to J4 first. That's not what they said though. Download the latest version. Okay. You need to install the Joomla 4 compatible version of all the J2Store plugins, apps, modules, extensions you will have in your site before you can upgrade to Joomla 4. So if you have any other extensions, you need to check their J4 compatibility. Just upgrading J2Store to 3 to J2 will not ensure compatibility with Joomla 4. All the extensions and plugins that you use in your site should be Joomla 4. Yeah, so they've got this whole thing. This is not migrating from Joomla 3 to 4. This is just getting ready for J2Store migration. But I'm pretty sure that it said the migration helper will list all the J2Store plugins, apps, modules. Yeah. Once you have disabled all the J2Store related extensions, you can proceed to download the J2Store 4. Yeah. Download latest version of J2Store and install it. I think that this has to be installed before you do the migration. I know that doesn't quite say that. Doesn't quite not say that either. Um, and it says it before you can upgrade to Joomla 4. The other thing too that makes me think is that this message here says, all right, here, let's try this. I'm in cybersalt.org here. And I already have the migration manager in here. So migrate me for J2Store migration checker. Okay, so I'm going to just take this off my site so people cannot buy right now. All right. In fact, let me just see here. What point are we in here? 47 minutes in to this. I'm going to leave a little message here. Hi, Tim. 47 minutes in. I'm going to leave a little note for myself there so I can look at this back later and find this, because I'm going to go through and I'm going to unpublish all this stuff that needs to be unpublished. Again, this is super unactive on my site, or inactive. Not many people buying anything, hardly ever. So I'm going to take this off just as it is right now, and then I can return to the video later on and I can enable what needs to be enabled. So I'm going to unpublish those. Oh, checker might not be the migration component. Oh, good point. All right, well, let's see here. J2Store migration checker. We go there. That's all it is. It's migration checker. And our error message. Okay, well, let's try this here. J2Store cart, we need to unpublish that module. Yes. And I'm going to rename the template override. I don't think I have any of those. Good. Now let's try this. Extensions manage, install, upload, and we will go back to com2 migration checker. Let me just put my phone in off mode here. There we go. And so there's the, now let's drag that into there. J2Store version 4 migration components is not found. Please install J2Store version 4 component before updating. All right, so there's something else. All right. Let's see. Download the utility there. Download the releases. What else is there? What else is there? What else is there? I mean, that's J2Store migration checker. Releases. That's all there is. There's a component which is there. Flexible native Joomla shopping cart solution. Use Joomla. In step 4 on the right, it says to install version 4. Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to do here. I am trying to, in step 4, yeah, install Once you've disabled them all, related extensions, proceed to download the J2Store 4 from our official store GitHub. Yep, which I did. Download the store and install it. And that brings up this message. And it's doing it in both. J2Store version 4 migration component is not found. Please install J2Store version 4 migration component. And I think that's what we have there. See, extension, migration checker. All right, well, let's just see. Let's go to their GitHub. They've got J2Store, PayPal, and the migration checker. Okay, so we go into here. Well, we might be stymied on that one. I wonder if it's looking for, if there was an update and the version that it's looking for is not there. Because inside here, components come J2Store, I don't see anything. I cannot see anything anywhere that's called the migration component except this thing here, which I think they must, I would guess they have a check here. Well, why don't we do this? I do not have a really great screen capture tool anymore. Windows snippet, but let's do new. Let's go here. And I'm going to just copy that. Let's go to Twitter. And let's just make a quick tweet to them. Hey at J2Store. Whoop, J2 Studio Tampa, no. J2Store. Trying to migrate to J4. J2Store J4 and have the checker installed, but I'm getting this message. Let's see, they might tweet something back quick. Yeah, they either, yeah, Rudiger, they either don't have it published yet, or yeah. We'll just have to wait and see. Maybe they'll tweet back quick like a bunny. All right. So I think that's as far as we can go with that. Until something else. But at least, look, they've got good instructions here. And, but if you can't update without that, I don't think you're going to be able to install it into Joomla 4 either. So it looks like you go, the update path will be, to turn off what's incompatible inside of the Joomla 4, inside of Joomla 3, using that checker, and then install Joomla, install J2Store version 4, and continue on with your migration of your site, and then move on. So yeah, that looks like it should work out pretty good. Let's just see, what's their next step here? Setup. Okay, here's how to set up different things there. Okay. Well, why don't we, while we're just waiting to see if we hear back from that tweet, let's go to J4, basic Joomla, and let's go into the admin area. And we're going to install, log in. Yeah, Bjorn says he's installed it on a J4 test site just before this. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's go to System, Install Extensions, and let's have a look at this while we're hanging out. Maybe we'll hear back from our zip. J2Store Pro, we bomb that in there. Wah, wah, wah. Oh my goodness. Now, unexpected token. It's not valid JSON. Let's see if it's in here anyways. Nope. Did you get that, Bjorn? I don't know. I do not know. System information. All right, check this. Database is fine. System information. You got it in. Okay. Now this is a PHP version. It's 8.1.21. Does it need unpacking? Well, that's a good question. Let's just see that. No, it does not need unpacking, I don't think. No, when I unpack it, you can't see the screen. It just it doesn't show any other zips inside, so it's not an unzip first kind of thing. All right, so why on earth am I getting that? Install extensions. Try one more time. Sometimes the second time is the charm. Look at that. It went the second time. So there's a bunch of deprecated stuff here. Yes, Rudiger. I think I have the right file. And look, it worked this time. So who the heck knows? Just for fun, let's install all the extensions. Hey, Chuck, good to see you. Let's just install it one more time. Maybe that was just a temporary error from something. Of course, this is because I have error reporting on. So if you don't have error reporting on, you wouldn't see this. Oh, you got these in RC2 and RC3 as well. Yes, Imran, display error off. But that doesn't change that. But yeah. Let's just go and see here. Well, let's go to components, J2Store. And here's our setup. All right. Store name, Tim. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Country, Canada. Why not? Currency, we'll leave it American. Yes, 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 yes. No, yeah, so enterprise is exclusive of tax. Save and proceed. Bjorn didn't get the deprecated stuff, but used PHP 8. Yeah, there we go again. To our next step. All right, just to make it easier here, well, let's just see here some stats there. I'm going to go open in a new tab, and we'll go to global configuration, and we'll go to system, and we'll turn debug. We'll turn error reporting off to none. Save and close. All right, we'll zoom past these. One update available for plugins and apps. Okay. And this is statistics. All right. Well, let's view and update this one thing. Sage Pay Form. Okay, so they have a new version of that. How do I have that installed? Oh, and that can't be found because their extension directory is not up yet. All right, so we won't bother doing that. But now we can go back to the dashboard, and here's our report of sales. Since 3.2.2, coupon values are extended. You have 4 types. Yeah, got it. And then, yeah, so we can't update that because that's not available yet. So this looks, well, let's just go. Let's go into J2Store. Okay, and here's the dashboard. And there's the catalog and products. But as you'll see here, if we go and view articles, let's just go into this test article. We now have a tab here for J2Store cart. We can say, yes, treat this as a product. Simple, variable, configurable, downloadable, flexible. Imran says it's not production ready yet. Yeah, it looks like, well, they said that they're going to launch their extensions directory this week. So, but if you're turning off your payment gateways, then yeah, we'll have to see. Yeah, it looks, it's all, yeah, it's a few little hiccups here. Let's just make this a variable product. We'll save and continue. And then here's where in the store you can add images, general images that you would add for that product, variants, add options like size or color, filters, relation. You can add it to other products or that it's related to for things there. Rudiger agrees, and Rudiger's doing stuff with J2Store, so look at that. This button keeps opening up on this shirt here. How about that? All right. But it is there working, and we've got that. Yeah, so all right, so let's close. Yes, Imran, you're right. J2Store uses Joomla articles for products. Now, let's go to components. Let's go to J2Store, and we've got our sales. Okay, you've got your coupons in here. Make a new coupon. Whether it's a percent, what it's valid for, coupon name, value. Enabled, yes, free shipping, advanced settings. You can apply this coupon to different product categories, to products, brands. You can even apply it to customer groups that can use it, and how many times it's used. That's really nice. I think that was a pro feature. Localization, countries. All right. That must be to allow people to buy in certain currencies, maybe? I forget. It's been a while. Here's our configuration. Oh, payment methods. Sage Pay Form. Now, even though Sage Pay Form, it said that it needed to be updated, it might, this older version might still work. Who knows? Here's PayPal standard for J2Store. And that... now, is where you would use your PayPal. In order to do Stripe, you would need the Stripe plugin. And I have to be very careful when I log into J2Store because, oops, that's not what I want. Extensions, not there yet. Hey, let's just click back on Twitter, see if they've answered me here yet. No, I don't see notifications. Nope, not yet. All right, so Countries for tax and payment, Imran says. Okay, which back end was I in here? This one here. All right, so all the old familiar stuff is there. The App Store, of course. Oh, here we go. It's showing up here. And here's some of the apps. I'm going to guess these are J4 apps. Subscriptions and membership. Oh, look at that. $129 for the subscription and membership app. The Stripe app, $25. Hello, Pedro. Welcome to the channel. Nice to see you. So all articles will have a J2Store tab regardless of whether you have categories that shouldn't have store items. I think that is how it is. But that's when you're back in the back end as an administrator. And I would imagine that we could hide that in the ACL, so only certain users are able to see that tab. Yes. So how would we do? Where would we do that? Oh, here's free apps. Oh, the abandoned cart app is free. ACY mailing for people. Your subscription. Australia Post cash and delivery. Change password. There's a bunch of free ones here. Oh, there's a whole bunch. Popular. Okay, enhanced e-commerce Google Analytics. J2Store has been a heavy hitter for e-commerce, so this is not a small shopping cart. But let's go to let's go. If we go to ACL, how do I get to the access control thing for J2Store? Components, J2Store, setup, would be configuration. No. Is the are the apps pay per site, one-time fee, or recurring? Good question. Let's just see. Let's figure out this permissions thing here first. System. Is the ACL on here? Oh, user permission access levels. No, that's not it. Rudiger says they used to be 1-year update subscriptions. Yeah, you buy a subscription, you get 1 year of update. I would guess that's probably what they're going to do. Oh, here we go. Permissions for global configuration permissions. All right, that's global configuration permissions. Let's go J2Store. Okay, here we go. So I found it by going to System. How did I find this? System, User Permission Settings. In the left-hand side, select J2Store. And let's see. So I'm logged in as a super user. So I think that everything is allowed for J2Store here. So I would think somewhere around here, let's say for someone registered, they wouldn't have access to the back end anyways. But let's say for an administrator, you probably would turn off access administration interface and create and all the other things for editing, view orders, everything in the back end. But would that that would probably be where the tab does not show up. Although, as Rudiger said, let's go to Rudiger. Is there an English word that rhymes with your name that you can type so I know how to pronounce it? If we go to global convert, let's go to articles. Let's go to permissions. I don't. Oh, I'm doing good. Okay. All right. Everybody's name is who they are, and so it's important. I want to pronounce them properly. Yeah, so I don't think there's going to be anything here in content here. I think it's probably going to be controlled in J2Store. But Pedro, yeah, you're going to have in the articles manager here, going to have a tab which shows J2Store cart. But again, that's only to the people that you are allowing to edit. It would be interesting to see if by changing the access level of J2Store, that if it affects that. What else are going to be to? Oh, yeah. So let's go to here. Let's go to components, J2Store, App Store shows up here. So let's say we're going to buy the app for gift cards. Let's get it. And it's not available yet. So they don't have that published yet. Pedro says it would be great if there was a way in the J2Store settings to choose which categories the J2Store tab should appear in. Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah, I don't think they have that. I know they did. I don't remember it being in Joomla 3. So yeah. All right, so it's there quite a bit, but there's a few things that we're running into, and certainly if you can't get, if you need a Stripe plugin, and you can't buy it yet, then you don't want to go to Joomla 4 just yet on this. Oh, someone liked my tweet, but we'll have to wait and see. Oh, Bjorn says you can do that with Data to Sites extension for managing access to things. You could control which categories that tab appears on. Oh, that's cool. Or, oh, neat. All right. All right, well, there we go. I think that's all that we're going to be able to do. But hey, listen, I'm going to give myself a pat on the back for reading through the documentation of how to migrate this instead of just going and doing it. Okay, listen. First of all, let's go back up because Michael had a link for seeing the PowerPoint. Yes, going to go to the site. Birthday boy. Okay, there's the PowerPoint. Oh, and there they go. It's loaded. Well, that's cool. And nice. Well, that functions really well. And look, we can do a full screen here. And it's a little bit slow. There's a lot of stuff to load for doing this, right? But Now I'm using left and right arrows. Interesting. And that was full screen. Now did that take us out of... Oh, that took us out of the page and went full screen. Bridal shower. All right. Yeah, that works well. What options do they offer you? Download a copy, print a PDF. All right. Excellent. Ivor says good screen capture on Loom. Yeah. Yes. And I actually have a screen capture built into my... that comes with ClickUp. I've just never bothered to learn it. So I should try that. But Loom for free. I wonder if Canva has one. Oh, yeah, it's pulling. Yeah, Michael says pulling from OneDrive. Yeah. That might be the bit of the downside of pulling from OneDrive, because it maybe is not necessarily that fast. Yeah, okay. Okay. You're welcome, Pedro. Thanks for... Pedro, where are you tuning in from? Where are you watching from? All right, so I don't remember seeing any ideas of what we should do next week on the last day of Joomla 3. So, who knows? We'll have to think of something. Oh, you're in Portugal. Great. I was in Portugal once, but I was just flying back from Spain on the way to London, so my flight connected there. So, but I understand that Portugal is a great place to live because of the tax benefits. I know a couple of people that have mentioned that. I know someone that's, I think, planning on leaving the States and moving to Portugal. I have another client who's in Portugal, and he's originally from Italy. So the thing that appeals to me about Portugal is that it is on the ocean. Because I live on Vancouver Island on the west coast of Canada. I really like being on a coast. I like being where there's a tide in and out every day. So that's good. And Imran says Portugal's good for agriculture. Yes. Although you guys probably had it pretty hot there like everyone else in Europe, right? All right. Well, if you have some ideas for Joomla 3's last day, then that would be... maybe we'll have I don't know. Maybe I'll just maybe we'll look at something. Maybe I'll think about it. Maybe I should make a thumbnail. Is Joomla 3 dead? You're very welcome, Valerie. I'm glad that this was helpful. Yeah, I think that that's all we can do as far with J2Store until that gets sorted out. But you know what? Let me just say this. Let me just go to there we go. Listen, it's businesses be businesses. They've got a lot to deal with, and some extensions be more complex than others to migrate, and so who knows what's going on with the good folk at J2Store. If you look up Joomcast, there we go. I'm going to share the screen here. Full screen, no webcam. Full screen webcam in corner. All right. Remember that podcast I did with Chaitan? We had who did we had Ramesh. We had Ramesh on twice. So if we do this and open this in 2 tabs, you can... Oh, it opened up in Spotify. Well, that's all right. I'm going to paste this in there. If you want to hear an interview with Ramesh, and also this link here. There's 2 podcasts. Now look at that, July 2019. That's 4 years ago. But listen, Ramesh knows his stuff, and so I'm quite confident that they'll sort out these last little bits, and J2Store will be back winging along. Of course, now with it you could build a new site and use PayPal, the free PayPal plugin, and you'd be taking payments right away. These other membership things, then we will, the other plugins, we'll see those come along and what they're doing for support as well. Okay, so, so if you want something to listen to, you could listen to that. All right, well, let's go back to here. Yes, everybody, thanks for tuning in today. It was fun to look at this. Pedro says Portugal's a very safe country to live in. Fantastic weather, great food, great waves for surfers. Excellent. Imagine I will visit there someday. Who knows? All right. Well, everybody, thanks for tuning in. Let's see. Yeah, I get my button all set up here. Thanks for tuning in today. As usual, I hope that wherever this finds you, be it morning, afternoon, evening, or tomorrow, that you are well. And so until the next time, enjoy your Joomla sites, and God bless. Bye, everybody.